So today, we're talking about the opportunity that we could be seeing a new Second Assault DLC. That's right, you could be seeing more of your favourite Battlefield 3 maps brought across into Battlefield 4, and you may even have the chance to pick which maps you want to see. So where has this information come from? Well, yesterday a user on Twitter tweeted towards Battlefield saying they would love to see more Battlefield 3 maps brought back into the game, maybe even as a veteran map pack to give something back to the veteran players. Now, Battlefield replied to the tweet saying they thought this was interesting and would forward this on to developers. And then a well-known DICE developer by the name of Tigger actually came forward and asked people if you wanted to see more Battlefield 3 maps, which would be the top 3 you wanted to see. Now, he also went on to say, and it is pretty important to note this, that this doesn't promise anything, it doesn't confirm anything, they just want to gauge interest to see what people think. But all the same, it is pretty cool that DICE are listening to us and taking an interest in how much we want to see more Battlefield 3 maps. So I do suggest, if you do have Twitter, go and follow Tigger. He has put a tweet out asking the top 3 Battlefield 3 maps you would like to see. Go and respond to that tweet. Of course, the more people that respond and show an interest, it shows those guys who are trying to gauge that level of interest that it is something we really want to see. Now, since then, someone has also put together a straw poll of all the Battlefield 3 maps, and you can go and vote on the top 3 you'd like to see the most. So hopefully that will help the DICE guys out as well. Now, I will leave a link to that down in the description below. But also, interestingly, we can currently look and see the top 3 maps people have voted for the most. So currently in first place we have Grand Bazaar with 12% of the vote, in second place we have Seine Crossing with 10% of the vote, and in third place we have Noshar Canals with 9% of the vote. Now, I've got to say, if those 3 maps were the ones we saw, if we did see a new DLC, I would be very, very pleased. Grand Bazaar is definitely my favourite map, swiftly followed by Seine Crossing, and Noshar Canals, well, it wasn't a great map for me personally, but it was very good for Team Deathmatch. Now, interestingly, in fourth place, just behind Noshar Canals with 7% of the vote, we have Davadan Peak. Now, both of those maps were very popular, so I could see it being very close between those 2 maps, and surprisingly, I didn't expect this. In 5th place, we actually have Zebra Tower. Now, this was a great map from the Close Quarters DLC. It was awesome if you wanted a good game of domination. Now, whilst Tigger has only asked to hear your top 3 favourite maps, if we were to see a new Third Assault DLC, like any DLC, you would assume we'd see 4 maps. So my 4 maps would be Grand Bazaar, Seine Crossing, Zebra Tower, and in that 4th place spot I would happily see either Noshar Canals or Davadan Peak. Now, of course, down in the comment section below, I want to hear from you. List your favourite 4 maps that you would like to see come back in a new Third Assault DLC. Now, of course, it would be very cool to see this come as a veteran map pack. Recently, a lot of people have been discussing how with Battlefield 4, we just didn't receive anything worthwhile as a veteran player. Of course, in Bad Company 2, we got an M1 Garand, in Battlefield 3, we got a different type of 1911, but with Battlefield 4, all we got was a veteran battle pack, and let's all be honest, we know that battle packs aren't the most exciting thing in the world. So if we could see this come for veteran players, maybe even for free or still part of the premium package, it would be cool to see, especially if it was completely free, to make up for the issues we've seen with Battlefield 4. Of course, we all know this game is nearly 1 year old and is still far from perfect. And the things we've seen from DICE to make up these issues, like a high-powered scope for a 1911, well, they just don't really cut it. But an entire free DLC from Battlefield 3 maps, well, that might ease the pain a little bit. Seeing some cool new Levolution on Grand Bazaar and Seine Crossing, and maybe even some new routes on Seine Crossing, especially in Rush on that first B objective, which can turn into a little bit of a bottleneck. Maybe if we saw some new side routes, as we saw with Operation Metro, try and remove some of those bottlenecks, they could become very cool additions to Battlefield 4. So down in the comment section below, I want to hear from you guys. Is this something you would like to see? Maybe it's not. Maybe you just want to see more brand new maps. But if so, tell me the 3 or 4 maps you would like to see back from Battlefield 3. And of course, don't forget to go on the poll in the description below and leave all your votes on there. And if you did enjoy this video, a like is always appreciated. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.